This is part of a grant we received from USDA, and part of the project involves comparing three technologies that typically the flour milling industry uses in the real world. That is the use of high temperatures, heat treatment. Second one is the use of methyl bromide, which is, as you know, was phased out as of 2005, and people are using methyl bromide. The milling industry is using methyl bromide under the critical use exemptions category. And the third alternative to methyl bromide is profume or sulfuryl fluoride. And we're doing a treatment with methyl bromide during 1 week, followed by heat, followed by profume. And we're doing this over 3 time periods. We did 2 last year in May and August, and we're doing all the 3 treatments again this year, starting with the heat treatment May 7th and 8th. So, and also we're putting insects in 25 locations. The same 25 locations for all 3 treatments, be it methyl bromide, heat, or sulfuryl fluoride. And so we're comparing all 3 treatments for over a 24-hour period under identical conditions.
Those big pieces of equipment are basically the heaters that we selected based on the volume of the mill that we are treating. So what you see is on the north and south side, we have a 4.5 million BTU per hour heater, and on the west side we have a smaller heater. So what we'll be doing is we'll be putting on the ductwork on it and basically taking it through the stairwell and then channeling the heat onto the 4 floors upstairs. That's what the whole setup is. For the heat treatment, it's very critical that you should be able to monitor the temperatures in nooks and crannies of the mill, because when you start heating the mill, you'll always find cold spots and hot spots. And those wireless temperatures are basically to get the real-time temperature data so that we know exactly which floor is being heated at what rate, and if there is any corner that is not coming up to the temperature. What is allowed, it allows us to really do the adjustments in real time. It's also a safety issue because you do not want to get into the mill at 130 degrees Fahrenheit and walk up to each of the floors trying to measure the temperatures. Whereas with the wireless sensors, it allows us not only to record the temperature data, but it also allows us to see where airflow management has to be fine-tuned to get a uniform temperature profile, which is lethal to the insects. There are some very fundamental things that we don't bring up the temperatures abruptly. We go about 8 degrees Fahrenheit per hour. So the time for the mill or the structure to come up to the temperature can vary depending on what's the temperature outside. Generally, we aim at about 130 degrees Fahrenheit average temperatures inside the mill, and accordingly we slowly ramp up the temperatures. And once we hit those temperatures, we hold it anywhere from 16 hours to 24 hours.
Okay, so once we fire up the furnaces in this building, we'll leave them on how long and at what temp?
Okay, now since this is part of the USDA project wherein we are comparing with methyl bromide and profume, basically the whole treatment heat treatment will last 24 hours. Say if we start today at 6 p.m., it will shut down tomorrow at 6 p.m. And based on the 2 heat treatments that we have done in the past, it would take us sometimes 8 to 10 hours to get up to the temperature.